Last week on the campaign, after losing Derek and Rexa to a magical dome, the party decides to make their way back to Neverwinter. As Mort and Huckabus attempt to talk about Mort's past, Rosebud barges in and derails the conversation. As the party begins attempting to make plans, the party has to choose between going to Hollowfaust and Neverwinter. After some brief discussion, the party settles on Neverwinter, and Rosebud sets off in the direction she believes Neverwinter to be. Very quickly after taking the lead, the party is lost in a forest. In an attempt to find a way out, Huckabus uses his rattle to commune with the deity that he knows as Lantern. Huckabus is provided with some interesting options, but neglects to pass along any information regarding his conversation. With no apparent guidance, the party trudges onward. As the party travels along, Mort and Rosebud squabble over an attempt to give their short legs a rest by riding on Huckabus' shoulders. Huckabus tires of the squabbling and makes the two walk on their own. After taking off again, Huckabus and Rosebud notice that the surrounding vegetation has taken on a deformed appearance. Curious about the change, Rosebud takes out her dagger, Pain, and notices that the flame has turned from green to orange. As the party stands around, the flame turns from orange to a dark, smoky color. After some conversation, the party decides to make camp in the forest, and each person takes their turn watching over the camp. While keeping watch, Mort sees a giant wolf spider, but does not mention it when the morning comes. After everyone wakes up, the party has a quick discussion, at which point Huckabus discloses that he had previously spoken with the deity, that he is unwilling to continue speaking with it. Huck meditates in an attempt to help decide where to go or what to do, when all of a sudden, Huck begins to convulse and bonfires spring up from out of nowhere. After lying motionless for a while, Mort shakes Huckabus awake just as he was about to make contact with the deity. Huckabus recalls that he's traveled from the Feywilds to the material plane before, and that it was near Thunder Tree. As everyone in the party seems to be interested in returning to Neverwinter, Huck suggests traveling to Thunder Tree. Rosebud indicates she's not comfortable with the Feywild, at which point Mort takes off in the direction Huck had previously indicated. Huck and Rosebud see Mort leaving and head after him. After an hour of walking, Huckabus determines that no progress is being made, so he calls the party to a halt. Huck takes out his rattle, turns the top portion a quarter-turn widdershins, and sets out in a new direction. After a few minutes of walking, Huck discovers a black stone slab that looks like a hatch leading down. Suspicious of this hatch that has suddenly appeared, Huck cautiously investigates the door but doesn't notice anything. The party opens the door and they are greeted with the sight of 3 steps descending into a pitch-black enclosure. Huckabus casts Spawnfire into the darkness and it remains pitch black. With much trepidation, the party descends into the darkness. Rosebud pulls out Pain and discovers that it offers a dim glow, allowing her to see 5 feet. Huckabus pulls out his magic torch, and an additional 5 feet of sight is acquired. After traveling down the steps for 4 minutes, they reach a 20-foot wide room. As the party reaches this room, they see shelves on either side and go off to investigate. They see several stoppered vials on a dusty shelf. Seeing nothing to interest her, Rosebud walks over to the other side and sees a shelf covered with scroll cases. Huckabus follows and picks up a scroll case that reads, "Property of the Netherese War Mages." Rosebud recalls that the Netherese War Mages were powerful mages, but that the magic had come with the cost. Huckabus places the scroll case exactly back where he found it, and the party continues on into the room. At the back of the room is a plain door. Various pieces of furniture are scattered throughout the room in a style reminiscent of libraries. Some of the tables have books on them regarding alchemy, magical creatures, history, and planar travel. As the party explores the room, Huckabus continues looking at books, and Mort heads over to check out the vials of liquid. Mort notices that silver liquid floats and coalesces inside the clear vial, and Huck opens a book to see inky black pages covered in a constantly shifting script that defies Huckabus' ability to comprehend languages. While this is going on, Rosebud realizes that the flame on Pain has returned to its normal green color and immediately rushes to open the door to the back of the room. And that's where we left off last week on the campaign.
Very nice. So, what do those of you who didn't open the door do when the lights go out?
Huckabus is going to stagger. That's not the right word. Huckabus is going to remember that he remembers where he left his torch and he's going to go over and try and put it in his hand, if you follow.
Okay.
When the lights go out, I'm just gonna stay put and wait for the lights to come back on.
Okay. Rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
Ahead of you, beyond the door, you see more pitch blackness. After a couple of seconds, you see motes of light. And after just a few seconds, you see there's about a dozen of them. And it takes you a moment to realize that they are they look to be eyes.
I close the door.
Okay.
Guys, and tell them that I think something's out there.
It's pitch black. It's pitch black.
But I saw the eyes.
You saw eyes in the other room, yes. And you go,
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, so it's pitch black in this room. I take paint out again. Does it make a little bit of a glow again?
nope.
Okay. But there's something out there, guys, and it has 12 eyes, and I don't know anything that has 12 eyes. So it's either a whole bunch of things or something enormous. How big was?
On the ball.
Yeah, you know, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'm gonna crack the door back open.
Roll me a perception check.
Yep, not a problem.
Corey, I don't know if you heard that, but Huckovus was suggesting that you were looking at a spider.
I heard you.
Oh.
And I agreed with him.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry.
Yep. So that is that plus that. That's 13.
Okay. As you go to open the door, you see two of the eyes seep under the crack at the bottom of the door.
Into the room?
Yes.
And she definitely draws both weapons and stands in a defensive stance. After closing the door again. But I don't think it's doing us any good.
I assume you didn't actually open it.
No, I just kind of, peeked out the door. Just cracked it a little bit and peeked out the door.
Are you the caretaker?
Well, yeah. Who are you?
The pact.
Why is it so dark? Why is it so dark in here?
The pact must be renewed.
Oh, the pact. Well, that's why we were here, right, guys?
Clarification, do we all hear that, or is only...
You all hear it. You all hear it.
Okay, well, can you turn some light on in here, mysterious voice? Because I don't know if you can see, but we can't.
We can restore, and things return to what they were a moment ago. And you see more shadowy creatures pouring under the door frame.
And they're not tangible?
That is correct.
Okay. I, scoot a little bit away from the door, and I'm assuming that they're going underneath me even. And I kind of look over. Who do I see to my right? Is that Mort or Huck?
Probably be Huck.
That'd be Huck. And just look over at Huck. Does he have this? So the little bit of light is working for him as well, then.
Yes.
Okay. So about this pact, how are we? What entails with this pact?
It kind of tilts its shadowy head and says, "Are you not the caretaker?"
Yeah, but I hit my head when I was coming down the stairs, and I kind of forgot.
I see.
Those are some long stairs.
They kind of look amongst themselves,
What?
The shadowy creatures kind of look among themselves, kind of look at each other. And that's when the rest of you realize that you're not alone in your room.
Is Rosebud in the other room?
No,
I see.
in the
Oh,
room.
that's when we realize that there are other things in here. Okay. But we've heard all these voices, right?
The shadowy creatures, the three of you, and then in a shadowy corner, you see a wood elf.
Huckleberry firebolts it? No, I'm kidding.
Wait, is there light in the room now, or is it still darkness?
It's very
lit
low.
like it was before, where the torch and pain are giving you enough light to see by, but that's about it.
Okay.
Huckleberry yells up, "Hey, Wood Elf,
Yeah.
what do you know about this?"
Who are you?
To be clear, have I witnessed the things up to that point, or did I appear
Oh yeah,
at that
absolutely.
point? Okay. Absolutely. All right. Idril, Rosebud, what do you think I am? I've literally been together for years.
Huh?
Huck looks at Rosebud.
I think I
Rose.
really did hit my head
Boyfriend.
hard. Can you say that name one more time? I know so many people.
Idril.
Idrel.
Why are you asking this? This is a stupid joke. There are shadows over there asking us questions. Let's deal with this.
I understand that the shadow. Who? I don't even know who you are. Hey, shadow people. Who is this guy?
He said so.
Huck, please. She hit her head. Let her know who I am.
Oh, he, yes? He's Idrith. It's Idrith over there.
Who the hell is that, Huck?
She knows you. He knows you. I don't know him. Okay.
Yes, you do, Huck. What is with this? Mort? You know me, right?
Huckleberry goes, "Hello, shadowy figures.
They're watching.
Welcome to the comedy routine."
Rosebud walks very cautiously towards the wood elf,
Okay.
and holding Pain up so he can get so she can get a little bit better of a look. Is this a person I've ever seen before in my life, or do you want me to roll perception to know that?
No, you don't think so.
So I'm gonna ask you one more time who you are, and then you might not have something you came here with, because I really like to do something with these knives. Please tell me who you are. And she holds the flamed,
Shadowy figures, Rosebud. Bigger fish
rather
fry.
close to his nether region.
Idril, Ecthelion, I have been with you for years, Rosebud. Evelyn, whichever you prefer right now, I don't see why your knives are pointed in this direction. We've been through a lot, and I certainly don't deserve this.
Yeah, about that. I don't know you. You are mistaken. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Huckleberry is in the background, just really going, "Rosebud, the shadows."
Oh, we're busy now.
Oh yeah. Tell all of them. They're my buddies right there,
You
man.
can tell them that.
Hey, all y'all are my friends. I'll see y'all later.
All right, see you later, buddy.
Peace out.
Don't blow up the world.
Yeah, no blowing up the world. Bad. So yeah, she looks over to Huckleberry because that's the person who she's known the longest. And said, "Do we know this guy?"
He seems to know you.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we know him.
Look, I've been with the group
And then she
when
kinda
Sophie
does
was here, when Mavis was here, when Guthrag was here. I've been through it all with you.
Has he gotten into the gillyweed?
Let's turn and look at the shadows real quick,
Yeah.
just to make sure they're not trying to eat us.
I'm going
Hey, shadows, how are you?
I'm just gonna turn my back directly to him, not even interested, and just walk back over to where the shadows are. Are the shadows taller than me? I ask this a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I kind of walk up to the shadow that was talking and go, "I'm not so interested in whatever that person is in the corner. You're looking for the caretaker, and you found her.
You have the
In the
problem.
background, Huckleberry is signaling to Mort, Hey, do you think he's the smart one? He's pointing to Ilithium.
You mean Idril?
Do you think Ildrel?
Idril?
Can you put that in chat so that I can see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think Ilidrel's the smart one? He says, and he's trying to have a side conversation with Mort here.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have the price? Do you have the price?
Is the price right?
Yeah. Is it da-da-da-da? Okay, apparently not. I'm not. Yes, I'm certain I do. I'm having a little bit of amnesia or something. I really am the caretaker. And she gives him a stern look.
Oh, my bluff finger is itching so badly right now.
Yeah, it is. So bad. Let's see how this works out.
You know that it is your responsibility to pay the blood price, keep the border secure.
Well, yeah. No, I'm pretty small, so I don't have a lot of blood. How much do you require?
Are you toying with us?
No, I just want to make sure I don't give you too much.
I begin to doubt you are the caretaker.
Okay.
I wonder if the pact will stand.
I guess we'll have to find out once it's made.
The pact has been made already. You must pay the price. Did you bring it?
Yep, I sure did.
You see these figures begin to kind of spread out around the room?
So as this is going on, so me and Huckabus are standing next to each other. I just kind of want to look at Huckabus.
Yep.
You think we should see if that elf over there knows what's going on?
Yeah, that seems like a better idea, but I'm also thinking about backing out of this room.
Can I edge towards Idril and kind of motion him over?
Absolutely.
So I take a few steps and motion over. I don't know what Idril does at that point.
Coming over towards you guys when he sees you in a group.
Okay.
In a whispered voice, Huckabus is going to say, so wait, we know each other? You've seen me before? You've been with me since Gusrag? Well, why don't I know you?
I have no idea why you were playing dumb. But yes,
Huckabus never plays dumb.
that is an understatement. However, why are we even bothering with all this cryptic response to the shadows?
Because we don't know what's going on. Do you?
Oh no, why don't we just ask them?
Huckabus, if Ken will allow it, is going to create a bonfire in the middle of the room, and then using thaumaturgy, his voice is going to boom out, and he's going to say, "She is the Undertaker, the caretaker. She is the caretaker."
All right, you get ready to do that.
I get ready to do all that.
Yep, you've got that plan running through your head, and you're standing, you're kind of looking at the wood elf, right? And you see, kind of notice finally over his shoulder as you kind of gotten the torch a little closer, there are paintings on the back wall, the one that would have been to your left and right when you came in. On the left wall is a painting of you, Mort, and Rosebud fighting against a large number of spectral undead types.
Mm-hmm.
On the right side of the door is you, Mort, Rosebud, and the Wood Elf fighting against the same general forces.
Does Mort see that?
Yes.
Huck turns to Mort and looks to Mort and says, "What do you think of that?"
Well, I kind of recognize the one on the left. It looks like right before I went down. The one on the right, I don't remember. I mean, it looks similar, but
Question for clarification, Ken. We're fighting things. What's the background on these paintings?
It's kind of a rough-looking wooded area.
Okay. Okay.
When you take a second look, you're losing the battle on the left, and you can be at least holding your own on the right.
Okay. Gonna look back to the wood elf whose name is not on my tongue. Gonna look back to the wood elf and say, so in the small way or in the shadowy way you was there?
I was certainly there, and I have been known to hide in the shadows, but it's definitely there.
Let's talk to these shadowy figures that are here.
Indeed.
What's Rosebud up to?
She's just still, I'm assuming that happened fairly simultaneously, so she's still
Yeah.
going, no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And I'm noticing that it looks like they're mobilizing against us, and I go, what is the hostility? It's a very defensive stance you're taking.
You say you are the caretaker, but you refuse to pay the price.
Look,
and she okay, so
that
because
wasn't
of that,
character.
I put Pain back in my in the sheath. Take Joy and cut my hand and let it drip into the ground. The blood.
Let's have this discussion real quick before Ken continues. What do you think a gnome has? Like a liter of blood?
Exactly. Not even much. Right? It's only 34.5 pounds.
Worth of blood?
Comes in pints.
Yeah, it comes in pints, exactly.
I guess the first question is: do they use the metric system or the?
Standard system. Not a lot.
Sorry, Ken.
No, it's all right. So yeah, the blood begins to drip, onto the ground.
They don't make any response to that.
It would really help if you shadows just communicated better. That's all I'm asking.
We've communicated. The caretaker knows.
Yes, but there are 3 other people in the room, and we
Yes.
would love to know.
She is
The
with
car-
you. You
Well,
are with
yeah.
her. She should.
We came separately.
You just said you had been together for many years.
Ah, you were listening to that.
We're right here in the room.
Yes, but he just arrived, so maybe you could fill him in on the details.
He said he's been with you for years. Please.
I'd also like to point out that the caretaker is not very good at communicating either, and she's never really filled us in on her caretaker role. If you could enlighten us, it would be amazing.
Yeah, I don't really like them.
She's lying. She loves
I'd like
it.
to thumb my nose at Rosebud's back.
All I'm saying is it never hurts to reiterate somebody's duties. Just
they
so
just-
it's perfectly clear.
Everyone roll me a sense motive.
So perception.
Insight?
All right, yeah, insight. Okay.
Nathan, you should know that I don't know any of the actual rules.
Well, that's helpful.
None of them. Yeah,
Well,
pretty awesome. That is a really good roll. Do that. The 19 for Rosebud.
6 for me.
The 15 for Mort.
Huck rolled a 7.
So who got above 15 or above?
Mort and Rosebud.
Yeah, Martin Rosebud. The short people.
Okay. Y'all can act during the first round.
Great.
Just go ahead and roll initiative.
How many of these figures are there?
6.
6. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll
Reminding me.
initiative. Oh, hey,
We're outnumbered.
lovely.
We're outnumbered 2-1.
What kind of math is that?
Kind of math that thinking there are only 3 of you, and then you realize that there may be more than 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
11 for me.
Oh, hang on a second. My paper. My bad.
Oh, not an 11, a 10.
All right. So, Rosebud, what'd you get?
16.
Wise.
No, she has advantage on initiative rolls. So
Oh, that's right. Cheese.
Jeez.
Huck. Mort.
12 for me.
Sorry, Huck was away for just a sec. What are we doing?
Initiative.
That's pretty good for Huck. That's, I believe, a 13.
What up, guy?
10.
I'm glad to know you don't cheat like the rest of them do. I got it.
Damn, Ken's rolling a lot of dice right now.
He's all dead.
All right.
So long overdue.
Okay. So, it seems that they're tired of your shit.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? I was totally sincere.
I can't imagine why.
Hey, but think, first time in a while you're fighting something that isn't clockwork,
Yeah, you know?
maybe.
As far as we know,
Yeah.
Shadow. Exactly. All right. So, we'll start with Rosebud.
Okay. So she draws pain out again. Does that
No.
No, getting killed.
We start with attempting to smack Rosebud.
Oh, attempting to smack Rosebud.
Yes, that's a fail.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
We'll give Huck some. Huck, what would you say to a... sorry. 18.
I'd say ouch. I'd say ouch, that hurts.
Take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. Oh no, I can't edit it. Are you kidding me? Sorry.
And lose 4 points of strength.
Oh. Huckabus is a noodle on the ground at that point.
This is how we die.
Yeah, hey, it was fun playing with you, Nathan.
yeah, well,
Carl, I'll give you one guess as to what these are.
Mort? I'm going to apologize in advance, Mort, because I just rolled a 20.
Oh boy.
That'll hit.
Yeah, that will.
20 points of necrotic damage
Good.
and 6 points of strength.
Okay.
Rosebud, it's your turn.
Okay. How far is like one away from me?
Look right there on you.
Oh, he's right there in my face.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So I clearly draw pain, and
Yep.
I'm going to I'm gonna knife it with because it's still silvered. So I'm gonna knife it with the silver dagger that I have that has fire all over it. Now, does that give me any extra damage because of the fire on it?
It is not still silver.
It is not still silvered.
There's no
Okay.
actual blade.
There's no actual blade to it. Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So I stab it with the with pain.
Yep.
That's probably gonna miss. No, it's not too bad. 15.
That'll hit.
All right. So what is the damage on this round? Regular dagger damage.
Roll as though you have critted
Okay.
and added additional
Yeah.
2.
Additional 2. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, nice. So that is 12, 14 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to as a bonus action because I fucked up. I'm gonna mark that one that's in front of me,
Okay.
which I should have done before. And I would have another D4, another D6. But
Go ahead.
okay.
It's your first time. I'll let you slide a little bit.
All right. So that is only one more damage though. It was really worth it. And does this thing appear any different to me?
It looks a bit dispersed.
Did it seem to take the damage that I felt I gave it?
Oh, very much so. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to. And that's the one that was talking to me?
Yes, it looks quite dispersed, as a matter of fact.
Okay. I'm going to shout out to the rest of them. I said, once we kill your leader here, who do you follow? And then that'll be the end of my team.
All right.
Nor to move, because I'll take it.
Okay, here's what I imagine has happened. Huckabus has gone from a strength mod of -1 to a strength mod of -3. He has 4 strength. He's carrying some things. I imagine that Huckabus is going to kind of like collapse to the floor and start trying to divest himself of things, but there's a creature right on him.
Yep.
So Huckabus is prone, but he's going to try and shocking grasp him. Do I do that at disadvantage?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, great. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, crud.
There's definitely no metal on him, I'm assuming.
No, probably not. That would be advantage, but it hits anyway, so that's okay. 2d8s. Here we go. That's not a d8. That's not a d8. That's a d8. That's 10 points of shocking grasping. And it cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn. So Huckabus is going to gimp away. He's going to try and stand up and move half his turn. Hopefully not towards another one.
Right. It seems less affected than you might have hoped, but
Of course.
slightly affected. Rosebud.
Yeah.
Stick you?
Yeah.
Mort.
Okay, so what?
Someone is digging through dice or something?
I'm not.
Okay.
Corey might have been eating the.
I think it was Carl.
Oh.
Corey was eating corn chips.
Corey, yes, sorry.
So just to get an idea of the layout. So the door's at one end. I sort of assumed that we were more on the other end. Did some of those ghostly apparitions, whatever, come down towards us as they were talking with Rosebud?
Yeah, I said they were spreading out around the room.
Are there any like between me and the door to escape?
The exit?
Yes.
No.
Well, the door we came in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, correct.
Okay. Is there one in within 5 feet of me currently?
Yes, one that hit you.
Okay. Yeah. Good point. So assuming based on where we were, is that one creature also within 5 feet of somebody else?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sure he's near somebody else. Yeah.
All right. So that is. So I had my rapier out when I came down. I assume I still have it out. So that'd be a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's. D8. And 2, 6. Now that's 11 points of piercing damage. And then I'd like to use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And I'd like to use all 25 feet of my movement to run towards the door.
Okay.
Bravely run towards the door.
All right. You make it probably about 15 feet up the stairs.
Yes. Based on like the angle of where the stairs are, can I see into the room at all still?
Yes.
Okay.
They look pretty much straight down to that point.
Okay, and I can. So I've got a feat that lets me climb as fast as I move, so I should be able to climb up just as fast as I can.
Figure, so yeah.
All right.
All right. So, what else? Tell us your name again.
Idril. Idril.
Okay, got it. It's your turn.
All right. So definitely engaged with somebody at this point. If that sounds like.
You could easily, and you're currently not engaged, but you
Okay.
could easily engage.
Well, I will easily engage. Meanwhile, pulling out a spear that I'm carrying, and I suppose I will move to the one that was closest to Huckabus at this point,
Okay.
and attempt to attack it and fail horribly with a 10. But then I will attempt to punch it as well, because I like to punch things, and that's going to be a 19.
That will hit.
Okay, so that will do.
Oh crap! We have another monk. Don't.
That'll do 8 damage.
Is that just like normal bludgeoning damage?
Bludgeoning damage. Yeah, I don't have anything spectacular on me. So I assume that it has a not particularly noticeable effect.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to spend a key point to take a dodge action.
Okay. What does that do?
That means that any attack against me has disadvantage.
It's appropriate because you're being attacked
Great.
by a new one.
Okay.
There's a 19. Ooh, but I don't think an 8's going to get you, huh?
An 8 will not get me.
All right. Another one will give you a shot.
Okay.
Ooh. It doesn't matter, a 1. So that's a big Worcester as well. Rosebud, something for you. Quality 8. Yes, that's a miss.
No, thank you.
Huckabus. 19.
Yep.
So dead.
Do you have any reaction you'd like to take?
I'll probably, if I'm still alive, retribute.
Oh, Shield doesn't help you?
Huh?
Shield doesn't help you?
Shield is only 5 points. That would give me 17.
Okay.
I thought about it last time too.
Take 10 points of necrotic damage
Yep.
and 2 points of strength.
Okay, at what point do
Cool.
you just die from losing strength?
0.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know how this works, Carl.
that being the case, I'm hellish rebuke. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been down this road before. That being the case, I'm going. Well, not Huckabus. I am going to hellish rebuke him.
Okay.
Which I'm getting there. I'm getting there. There we go. Dex saving throw. I'll tell you the DC as soon as I get back to the other page. This would be a good time to roll a new character anyway, because this whole internet stuff is driving me crazy.
Was it 13?
This spell save DC is 13.
He made it.
Okay, half on save, so let me get out some D10s. Some D10s, that was exciting.
Working on the accent for your new character.
Yep. 13 divided by half.
6.
Yep, very good.
All right. It looks kind of rough.
Huckabus looks rougher. Huckabus probably falls to the floor again.
Mort. No, not Mort. Rosebud.
My attacking turn?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pain that thing again.
Nope.
11 plus 7, 18.
It hits.
That's 2d4 and a d6 plus 6. That's 4, 7, 13 damage.
Disperses. Anything else?
Okay. So is there 2 of them on me, or was there just 1?
2.
There is another one on me. Okay. Yeah, I'll turn to face him, and move my. Oh wait, I gotta wait till my next turn. Go ahead.
Okay.
The mark's gonna be on him, but I can't do it till next turn.
Okay. Fuck. Spend like 20 sorcerer points and nuke the room and break the staff of the Magi, and you're probably too weak to nuke the staff. I'll take that part back.
Huck is pissed. And not really thinking about what he's doing. No, this seems totally in character. Not even thinking about what he's doing. He's going to throw a fireball into the middle of this room. Everything in the room has to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Okay.
It's going to set everything on fire.
Wonderful.
Everything except the stairs.
Is whatever the DC was, 13, I think.
DC.
All right, so let's do this in a regular way. Go ahead and roll your damage once, Huck.
Yes, sir.
And I'll roll in initiative order for save. So I'll start with the
All right.
was on Huck. You made it. So how much is that?
That's half damage on a make.
Right.
I'm going to roll my tiny D6s for this. How fun.
Yay!
I'm going to roll my tiny and my giant D6s.
How many of those do you get?
God. 2 more. All right. I'm going to roll my wedding and my antique D6. No, I'm going to roll 1 more tiny and my antique D6. Better. All right. I'm going to do math. I'll be back.
This will be an hour or so.
Nah, it's not that bad.
What are 8d6? 8d. Is that right?
Yeah, 8d6.
It's going to be 28 plus or minus 4.
26.
Hang on.
Yes?
Hey, Carl, do you got any AA batteries?
No, we do not.
What is that? That's like,
Not tonight, but another time you can. Yeah.
tell all of them and tell my stuff.
Yeah, tell them.
Hey,
We're in the middle of fighting those things.
who's winning?
Nobody wins in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Jim. Nobody wins.
It's just a whole bunch of pain.
I'll see y'all later.
We're not that exciting.
So what was that total, Carl?
I'm sorry, sir?
What was your total?
26.
Okay, 26. 13 would be half. Rosebud. We'll see.
Oh, it's my turn? Yeah, I did. I missed. But I take 13.
You miss, you take 26.
I take 26. All right. You ever?
Huckabus? You're in the room,
Is
right?
it-
What?
Oh,
Yeah, how does that work?
actually, each creature. Yeah, Huckabus has to roll for it too. That's great. Huckabus succeeds 15 plus something.
Okay, 13.
Yeah. Huckabus is looking really bad.
What is the size of this fireball? The radius or whatever?
20 feet.
How many?
20.
20.
All right, Mort, I'm going to say you're far enough up the stairs that you don't get roasted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm mistaken. It's 8d6 plus 4.
Ooh.
Oh, wonderful.
One more.
All right.
I
Two more
know.
for you, Huck.
Huh?
2 more for you, Huck.
I did.
Idril.
I got a 19, so it's 15 damage now for half.
Yep.
Okay. Woo.
So that was 30 total damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. That's around our side, Huck.
And very pissed off.
See, I'll hear Huck saying these arcane sounds that you have all heard him say recently, but they're new. You didn't hear them before the last few days. And a huge black ball of fire engulfs the room. All of you are feeling much less happy, but as the smoke clears, you believe that all of your opponents are gone.
Good job, Huck.
Yeah.
How you doing there, buddy? You laying there on the ground.
Huckabus is just laying on the ground. He's like, I'm terrible.
Just like a halfling that went upstairs. Who in the hell are you again?
Idro. Seriously, Evelyn, it's getting old.
Okay. I'm sorry, you went robot me on me there for a second. You said Idril and I didn't hear the other part.
Seriously, Evelyn, it's getting old.
Evelyn, love it. So yeah, it's getting old. I understand. Can I run a? Because can I walk over to being tiny, but over to Huck and try to help him up? Is he able to stand even?
He's pretty wobbly. He goes, I don't feel well, little Rosebud. I
how
feel
do we-
weird in the noodle soups that I've always.
How do we fix that?
I don't know. Hey, new guy, can you remove a curse for me?
Do I look like a wizard?
I don't know what you look like.
No, you look like a fucking guy we don't know. Go over there.
Don't go over there. Let's be friendly. Come on, Rosebud. Don't be
But,
that.
I mean, this guy keeps saying that we know him, but I've never met this guy before.
Rosebud, turn around and look at these paintings.
Wow.
The paintings behind where we're fighting things.
Uh-huh.
one it's in. I'm sorry, one the wood elf is in, one the wood elf is not in, and says, "There's more to this world than you see with your actual eyes." And Huckleberry is very tired. He just wants to lay down here.
Well, I'm gonna
He needs to just lay down.
I don't think Cure Wounds is gonna do anything to that. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Huckleberry
Sweet.
at level 2.
Boy, that's been a long time since that's actually happened.
Somebody's healed somebody?
Since we had a good healer. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry, Guthrag.
Yeah. So 2d8 plus.
Why don't you roll it for me?
Oh, plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 2. So, yeah, 2d8 plus 2. I'll roll them. That's 9 and 2, so 13.
Huckleberry says, "I feel better, but I still feel very weak."
Yeah, because that didn't give him any of the strength back, right?
Did you roll a 9 with the first dice?
No. How was that?
Did you roll a 9 with the first dice?
No, I rolled an
Were you
8 and a 1.
Okay.
As good and as bad as it could be.
Wait, so you rolled a 9 and a 1 that's...
No, I rolled an 8 and a 1, which is 9, plus 2 is 11.
Oh, right, thank you. I can't do math.
I look at Idril, and I go, I'm going to ask you one more time who you are, and second off, why you're here.
I think there's a better question, Rosebud, if I may, from this floor of puddles that I'm sitting in. How did you get here? I think is a much better question.
Well, we were in, I believe, the Feywild last, and we came across a large hole in the ground, and we all crawled down into the hole. Let's see. Rosebud,
There's something in between that you're missing. Where were we between the Feywild and this hole?
the plants changed. I don't know what it was.
No, why not?
I don't know.
I keep feeling, Nathan, like you want to slip into the
I
Russian.
do keep wanting to slip into it, and
I
it's,
wish you would.
I mean, we can have a Russian wood elf. It would be fine.
Please do it.
But anyways,
But dialectics aside, yes. So we came, we walked, we were here.
Yeah,
okay. So now I've been watching my buddy here for a while. You said you traveled with us before. I have a question. Yeah, but he said with Guthrag. But I've been paying attention to you the entire time, and being with Sylvanius had its perks. I could watch you guys. So why don't you tell me what happened if you've been with them for so long? What happened when Rexa tried to look for her family?
Well, we went to look for her family, and we ended up in some sort of haunted castle. And the Baron of the castle was very not friendly, imprisoned us for a brief time. Mort rescued us, being, the heroic halfling he is. I think mostly he wanted the gold that was in the castle, but it was high adventure, as we always have.
Huckovitz is
Nathan did a point of
up and down saying,
No, that's fantastic, absolutely. But she absolutely just jumped straight on you at that point, because it's kind of the answer, but
"He's like the real deal to Huck."
yeah, you know what I mean. But Rosebud is definitely very judgmental. She is.
Huckamus, roll an insight.
Yes, sir.
And by this point, I think I would have come back down the stairs cautiously to see everything was dead, and seeing everyone talking, I would have kind of crept my way over towards them.
Ken, that's a 19.
He is absolutely telling the truth.
Yep. Huck buys it. Whatever you're shipping.
Okay.
Huck has it on his front porch already.
Yeah. Well, Rosebud has lunged at the wood elf. So- no, her 2'10" frame, I'm sure, is going to be devastating against him. But
So
so I'm assuming I just bounce off you, and I go, "You have to be lying. How could you have been with us the whole? I don't understand. I've never seen you before in my whole life."
I don't know what to tell you. You've seen me every day for a very long time now.
Wonderful. I'm gonna go open that door. She's just over him, completely. And goes, what do I see down the hallway now? Anything? Any
It's
more
not a
eyeballs?
hallway. It's another room about the same size.
Mm-hmm.
At the back end is an arch, but there's nothing but wall through the arch.
Hey, Huck, can you shoot a bonfire into that room?
Nine, I just tried to blow this room up when I was down on the floor feeling very badly. I'm so sorry that I burned you all, my friends.
Yeah, it's alright, it hurts, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, and I open the door all the way.
Lenses.
I open the door all the way. I'm like, no, this room. And she points into the room.
Oh, what am I seeing?
I don't see anything. That's the reason I want you to put the freaking bonfire in here.
Bonfire.
Huckleberry, if it makes you feel any better, I'm fine.
Really? Really, Mort?
Yeah.
You're way
what?
over by the door. You can't hear me.
So now once the room does that bonfire change the light at all in the room or no?
Yeah, it's pretty much normal light you get from a bonfire at this point.
Okay.
Huck is,
So
after that is going to go to the shelf of scrolls and start to
that's
look for
exactly what I
a
was going
lesser
to.
restoration scroll or a greater restoration scroll in those scroll cases.
yeah, I'm
So
just
he's
gonna go there with him and start ripping them open and see what's in there.
Starting to rifle through them. Actually, I don't think Huckleberry could use a scroll even if he found one, could he?
I think
Anybody?
Yeah, I think they can.
Yeah, anybody can use one.
It's actually more complicated.
Of course it is.
It's stupid. I think you have to be able to cast it. Like it has to.
It's a magic item, so it's DMG, and it's
Yeah, we can figure that out later.
Yeah.
No reason to waste
Okay.
time on
Yep.
this, especially in this case. So you open a scroll and you're looking for a scroll of restoration, right?
Yeah.
Or just what the scrolls are. I mean,
Yeah,
she's-
but let me go.
Go ahead. Sorry, sir.
So you pull out this black parchment, pitch black parchment, and you're opening up saying, I hope there's some restoration in here. And the silver script coalesces, and you see a scroll of restoration.
Can Huck read it?
Yes?
Huck's not very bright. He reads it.
Okay. Can somebody look up restoration and help Carl with whatever that?
I got
Spell
it.
restoration.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's either greater or lesser.
Right,
they
it does
do
need one of the two.
Yeah.
Which one would you be looking for, Huck?
Sorry?
Which one would you have been looking for?
Oh, probably greater, for God's sakes.
Look up greater.
All right.
All right, I got it already.
Okay.
Well done.
What level is it?
73.
Okay.
No, it is a level 5. Argibertation.
All right. So Huck, you lose 5 hit points.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And you touch yourself. And one effect that has charmed or petrified a target, one curse, including attunement to a magic item, any reduction of any of the ability scores, or one effect greater,
So,
reducing the target's
I lose
maximum
5 hit points and I gain back all my strength.
Yeah.
I lose how many hit points? I'm sorry.
5.
Great.
That's a good thing you got those 11, I think.
Yes. Yes, it is. I'd still be alive, but not very much.
So
He's going to continue to rifle through those scroll cases and see if there's any kind of healing spell within.
Okay, you open up the next one. What kind of healing spell are you looking for?
The biggest, baddest, mackest healing spell there is.
Oh yeah, but you got to pick one at your level, dude.
That's heal. Go ahead, Corey. What's the biggest, baddest healing spell? What's the baddest spell that you know about?
I would think that.
Huck.
Oh, Huck, yeah.
Oh, greater healing?
Okay. Whatever that is, Corey.
So as they're rifling through the scrolls, I'll look over at Idril. Idril, can you recognize a healing potion if you see one?
Well, there's no such thing as greater healing.
There isn't.
No, there isn't. You could have Mask Your Wounds, I guess is kind of the biggest one. You could also have Regenerate, which would just give you like all of your hit points back, basically. That's a level 7 spell, though.
I don't think he's looking for regenerate. I think it'd be a healing, whatever.
Right. So Mass Cure Wounds. And that
Is a level 5.
level 5 spell as well. And everybody choose up to 6 creatures within a 30-foot radius centered at that point. Each target regains 3d8 plus your spell casting modifier.
Is that what I find, Ken?
Sure.
That's hilarious.
Take 5 points of damage first.
Yep. I'm still alive.
All right.
And roll 3d8.
Ken, this is fun. I'm doing math. So 8 and 7 is 15.
What's your spell casting modifier?
Four?
Yeah, probably 4, right?
Sorry, 5. Oh, do we add that?
Yeah, you add that into it.
All right. So,
So 20 hit points to everybody.
Yeah, it was 8 plus 7 plus 5, minus 5 plus 5.
Right, but I don't get the minus 5. You get the minus 5.
And then
Oh, right. So sorry.
once the spell completes, Huck, take
Yeah.
20 points of damage.
Okay. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
All right. Crap. There's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff to do here.
Wonderful. Hey, Huck.
Yeah.
You might want to leave these alone. Seems like something good happens and then something bad happens. It's kind of the story of our life, though. So what are you gonna do?
Huckabus is looking really miserable, and he says, "Yeah, I'm not going to mess with these anymore."
And I cast another. I want to cast another Cure Wounds on you, but I don't want to because I want.
But
to
all
save my
you
spell
guys benefited, so hooray!
Yeah, we did. I'll roll 2d8. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on him.
Boy, he needs it.
Oh, that's really good. 6 and 6 plus. No, it's actually the same thing. 14.
Okay.
And then I would like to look around the room a little bit more. Just, is there any weapons? Is there anything in this room?
I'm right back where Huck was when we started these shenanigans.
Wonderful.
Okay, what are the other two doing?
Yeah, please.
I actually just kind of watching.
I mean, none of this is a surprise to you because you've seen all of
No.
us do this.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But it's still entertaining.
Yeah, this dog and pony shows nothing new to you, apparently.
Is it really? Is it entertaining?
That's a little bit.
All right,
I mean, it's a sad entertainment, but it's still entertainment.
Idril, roll me a perception.
Okay.
Hell, it is at disadvantage, please.
All right.
Well, that's going to be a 1.
Okay. Carry on.
I guess. Well, do you do crit fails on stat checks, or do you do...
Sometimes.
Okay, well, it was either a crit fail or a...
I mean, if you rolled a 1, it would have been a crit fail. So
Right, yeah. That was the question.
But you see no extra crit fail
Okay.
consequences at this point. Okay. So what about you, Mort?
I was over by the vials looking for superior healing potion.
All right. The first thing you see is that most of the vials are now broken.
Okay.
From the explosion that occurred in the room a minute ago.
Sure.
There are about 3 of them left. One of them is similar to the one you saw before that has that weird silvery substance moving around inside it. And the other 2 are more mundane looking liquids that you can't really tell what they are without some sort of experimentation.
Okay. So I kind of look back over here. What do you guys think about taking these? Think I miss them?
Probably not, Mort.
Huck says,
And
well,
she-
I've already burned a couple of their scrolls, and I'm not feeling much about them, but sure. Why not?
I mean, like stealing, not like drinking necessarily.
Who are we stealing from?
These are the mages of
Right.
the,
Then-
the
The Netherese.
Right, you've been here the whole time. You should know.
I do. I was more under the impression that they were a historical organization than a.
Yeah, that's what I... Clearly. So she begins to walk into the other room. Not interested by what's in this room any longer.
Okay.
Now, I'd like to look around this room. Is there any weapons in this room?
Yes.
All right, she's looking for a short bow.
There are a couple of short bows hanging on the wall.
Okay. I walk up to where they are. Do I sense anything from either of them, or do they just seem mundane?
They seem mundane.
Okay. She would take them both off, see how they feel.
Well, you get up close, you don't sense anything, but one of them is carved like a snake.
Oh. I certainly like that. She picks that one up.
Okay.
And there was a bowstring on it, right?
I'm sorry you went robot on me for a second there.
Oh, sorry. There is a bowstring on it. You know what I mean? I was being...
Oh, yeah.
Any arrows about as well? We're gonna go shopping. This would be nice.
I'm sorry, is it just me, or did everyone have a problem hearing Corey there?
I didn't.
It's just you.
I think it's just you. yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go shopping for arrows at this point, Ken.
You got some. Huck gave you some.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do have. What do I have? I had 15
Exceptionally made arrows,
Yeah.
of which I think a few of them might have somehow been able to have been imbued with spells, but I'm not positive about that.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess she's happy with that. She invites the other guys to come in the room. What are you doing, guys? Are we gonna stay in here all night?
I go into the other room. Is there anything on the wall besides 2 short bows? Or 1 short bow now?
Yeah, what you looking for?
Spears.
A couple spears on the wall. Yep.
Anything particularly standout-ish about any of them?
One of them has an obsidian head.
Okay. I will take that one.
Okay.
Huckers, you seem to have regained your strength. Do you have any idea how that happened? How that worked?
Yeah, I read a scroll and I got better. I'm still kind of bloody, but I'll be alright. I hope.
You just read the scroll?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll walk over and I'll look for a scroll like what Huck used.
In the original room or in the new room?
I haven't left yet. I'm still in the original room.
There's 3 more scroll pieces over there. Look similar to what Huck's been using.
I'll take one out.
Okay.
I'm looking for a greater restoration, apparently. Level 5.
Yep.
Can you cast spells?
Mm-mm.
No. There's a black parchment with writhing silver script.
It's not working. How did you do this?
Huckavus limps over and looks at the scroll. What does he see?
What are you looking for?
I'm not looking for
Are you
anything.
looking for anything in particular?
I was looking for
Huckavus?
Yeah, Huckabus. It's Huckabus looking for anything in particular.
Huckavus is looking for a create food spell.
You see a create food spell.
Conjure something, yeah.
Mort, are you hungry? And he pulls out some rations and says, here's what you need. We don't need to read this. I think if Huckavus read it, he'd die. What are you looking for, Mort?
Well, one of those ghosts hit me, and I'm feeling pretty weak myself. Looked like you were feeling weak as well. You're better now. Hoping whatever you had done would work for me too.
You're looking for a healing spell? What?
Something. I'm feeling weak. One of those ghost spectral creatures.
Oh,
reached
yeah.
out to me.
You lose some strength too. I fell to the floor in pain and agony. I don't know. Let's look and see. And Ken, I'm sorry, I just muted you because of the clicking. I couldn't hear Andy. Let's look and see what's happening. I don't know if it's a good idea for Huckavus to try and read another scroll, though. It seems to hurt him very badly every time.
I mean, I tried to read it myself. Didn't seem to do anything.
Yeah. I muted the DM and now he can't talk to me. He's probably plotting my demise as we speak.
Is this another one of those deities you keep speaking with?
Yeah, I do that anyhow.
Sorry, Ken.
No, it's all good. I wasn't needed at that point anyhow. Y'all were carrying along fine without me.
But carry on even further. I mean, Mort, I wish I could help you. You want to open another scroll? We'll see.
I mean, I'd like to not be in this weakened condition, but I don't know that I want you to die or anything.
You can't use magic, can you?
Correct.
I thought I had a solution. I'm concerned that taking things that don't belong to us, you might. I guess this is between me and Mort because everybody else is in the other room, I believe.
Yep.
I believe that. So maybe even in thieves can't because we both can't. Maybe even there's the fact that we're taking things from entities that we were nearly killed by. Maybe. And I fear if we continue in here, we'll have to encounter them again. How bad off are you? What?
I feel less than half as strong as I was before.
Oh, I was much less than half as strong. Shall we look at another scroll?
If you think you're up to it.
Let's try. And I think at this point, looking for a lesser restoration. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
I'm not sure either.
I don't think that it does the. Yeah, all that does is clear one disease or one condition. Oh no, well that's not a condition. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Yep.
So you have to use greater.
So I believe if I use this scroll on you, if we find one, I will probably drop to the floor and leave you out.
You probably what?
Die.
What do you think about taking it and then using it later?
If we find one, I mean, if you wish to carry all these scrolls, Ken, how many scrolls are left?
3.
If you wish to take all these scrolls, maybe later we can try it.
Okay, I'll put the scrolls right next to the vials. A little,
a bit burdened at this point.
how heavy are these scrolls?
Well, they're in cases.
Not
Right.
really. I'm just being facetious because of your weakened condition.
Right. No, I'm severely weakened, but like I don't have a bunch of other stuff. I should.
I was just joking. You're good.
All right. I'll do the math. I swear I will. Okay, so if it's fine, then I'll just hold on to the scrolls until you feel like you're up to it. Artemis.
Okay, then let's go see what's happening in the other room.
Okay.
What's happening in the other room?
You see the other. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say you see Island just messing around with this new bow that she has.
Oh, yeah, but too pretty.
Yeah, look at it. It's got snakes on it.
What?
Got snakes on it.
Oh, dear.
Who is that?
You remember, Rosebud, we saw that giant snake skeleton before we came here. I wonder if there's any relation.
One can hope.
Oh, dear. Do you feel empowered by having a bow again?
Yeah.
That's magnificent, isn't it?
It's kind of my thing, you know that.
And you, guy whose name I don't have written down in front of me, I see you have a new spear. Idril,
Yes.
I see you have a new spear.
Yes, it seems to be quite nice.
It's got a pretty point, doesn't it?
Pretty pointed.
Is there anything else in this room that would interest Tuckabus Nova?
There are some weapons hanging on the wall.
What?
There are weapons hanging on the wall.
Oh, they're weapons. I thought you said your mother's hanging on the wall. Good God. It's got dark.
Yeah, real quick.
That would have been.
Who's winning? Hey, Carl.
I was really more thinking of Huckabus's mother, but thanks for bringing it there. Well, Huckabus kind of just walks around and views the weapons, but he's not super interested.
Where do you find these games at?
Oh, you wait.
Yeah, can I play with you?
Yes, you can. Good night.
Maybe tomorrow or something.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna what?
Humna.
Oh, that was your buddy.
Yeah, my cousin.
Is he your cousin?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
By blood?
By adoption.
Oh, by
By
adoption.
adoption.
That's cold, Ken.
No, my cousin adopted.
I see. Is
Is that all right?
I'm not
You're
judging.
from Texas and all, but
Well, when we say our cousin is a cousin by adoption, it means something totally.
I don't even want to know what that means.
East Texas, Louisiana, you know.
in this case it means
I'm shutting up.
which words mean.
What do words mean? So Huckabus is just kind of perusing the selection, basically. Somebody else, please step in.
Are there any other exits from this room or anything like that?
There is a portal gate-looking thing at the back, but it is there's nothing behind it but a wall.
Okay. So it,
And paint is still green.
Paint is gray.
It's gray now.
That
All right.
charcoal gray like it has been for a while.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna test it and walk back into that other room. Does it turn green again?
Nope.
It played us, guys.
Hey, Idro, real quick question. What
Sure.
color is paint normally? Is
gray.
it green?
No, it's gray. It's gray.
It's
No,
normally gray.
Normally gray.
Okay.
Sure.
Huckabus
So-
gives a knowing look to Mort, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one that asked the question about the color of the dagger.
Yeah. No, you did. So being who she is, she'll walk towards. Are we leaving here?
Well,
Hey, Mort, there's some really cool daggers on the wall and such. You don't want one of those.
I'm not much of a dagger halfling. It's a cliched trope.
Well, I thought because you were, kind of a sneaky guy, usually it's daggers. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to assume.
Well, that's what I have the rapier for.
Well, when you when Rosebud kind of points to the wall towards the daggers, he kind of makes a gesture.
Sure.
You see a couple of rapiers up there.
Do they look any better than what I currently have?
They look nice. One of them is you almost didn't see one of them because it's so dark that it blended into the shadows on the wall.
Ooh. I'd like to go over and inspect it.
Okay,
Kind of run my hands along it.
it seems very nicely balanced, very flexible, very seems to be well made.
I'll go ahead and take out my rapier and this one, and I'll put mine back where this one was, and then put the dark rapier in the scabbard.
Okay, very good.
Huck, realizing that he has given Rosebud all his daggers at this point, will investigate the daggers as well as if there are any light crossbows or light crossbow bolts.
There are two daggers and two light crossbows on the wall.
He's taking them all.
Okay.
Are they anything fancy?
There one of each appears mundane, kind of similar to what you've had before.
Mm-hmm.
The one dagger is an extremely dull, kind of silver-looking color, and the second crossbow is made of a very dark wood, and it does not have a string.
All right. He's going to pocket all of that.
Okay.
And I think he still has a light crossbow from before. He's going to put that on the wall.
Okay.
Did you say with a dark wood, made of dark wood?
Yes.
Okay, well, why not? Any quails?
No ammunition. No.
Okay. Any healing kits sitting on the wall? Any magic? Any healing potions on the wall?
Not that you can see.
Any armor on the wall?
No.
All right. Huckabus looks towards the. You said portal?
Yes. It's like an arch with runes on it that normally you think is a. You've seen magic portal before. You believe it's a magic portal, but there's just plain. It looks like the rest of the wall.
Okay, he's going to go back and try and read the runes.
You are quite frustrated as you cannot read these.
Don't even recognize them.
They give me an intelligence check. Ha ha ha.
See what he did to you there?
Give me a knowledge
What?
arcane. I'll let you have that bonus.
None of these are going to work out for Huckabus. Hey, that's a 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. Would have been the same for an intelligence. So.
You get to figure out what you think they mean, but you're convinced that that's what they mean.
Huckabus is convinced that this is the portal back to the Rusty Bucket. And
Okay.
He turns to the party and says, "This will take us home, I think."
Okay. And, being still a little bit strange with this whole idea, Rosebud just grabs any mundane thing that she doesn't care about in this room and throws it towards that portal.
Clang!
Up against the wall.
Bounces off a wall, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Huckabus says, "Well,
Might want to turn it on.
that's odd." And he turns and tries to walk in, but slowly, so he's not like running in. Does he hit a wall?
He bumps into a wall.
He backs up and wants to investigate all around this whole thing.
Somebody having a bunch of whipped cream?
No, I'm having a whole bunch of water.
Cheese whiz?
Wow, gee whiz.
Best cheese whiz dispenser.
Heck yeah, I got a stand-up cheese whiz dispenser in my house.
I just realized that Huckabus is indeed the arcane intelligence of the group.
No, I don't think he is actually. Can you still buy Cheese Whiz, by the way?
Yep.
Wow. Cheese Whiz and pretzels.
That was a lifestyle.
Or what investigation are you doing, Huck?
He's looking around to see if there's any kind of activation key, any kind of keyhole, any kind of
Darn it.
dog own self.
We're doing my dog now. Doggy.
Go. Out.
I'll see you people later. Sometime in the year. We'll see you, Ron.
This is the most interesting session I think we've had in months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm sorry. In the future, I'll just bring guests.
Good. Because why not?
There is no key or keyhole or anything along those lines.
Okay.
You can get another knowledge arcane.
Well, I already did that. I failed miserably.
I'll see you later, Ron.
You give me another one
Bye, Fred.
for a different purpose. Does anyone else have any arcane knowledge at all?
Rosebud has very little.
Definitely
Ron?
not.
Okay.
I would. Is there anything that looks like a receptacle for liquid on it?
No.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Yeah, she's not interested in that at all.
Okay.
She rolled a 1.
Nice.
Yeah, not interested.
I think she might be extremely interested on a 1.
Yeah, she's
I'm able to
extremely
pull
interested in his
herself
new. Yeah, extremely interested in this new bow she has. That's about it.
Huckabus is going to walk into the back corner of the other room and disappear for about a minute and a half.
Okay. Is that Carl disappearing?
Yep.
Okay.
You want
Let's
to
all
just take a
take
couple minutes?
2 minutes. I'm going to step to the restroom myself.
All
Okay.
right.
So why do you all think you have never seen me?
So I've got a theory. If there's multiple universes, called a multiverse, I feel like wherever you're from, the versions of us there have seen you, but we haven't.
I mean, that sounds a little far-fetched.
Well,
Do you have any sort of empirical evidence for multiple universes?
I think there's these pictures out in the other room.
Nah, that looks visual. I mean, it mostly looks like a picture where one time I am with you, one time I am not.
You said you've always been with us. For the
I have.
past several
But
years.
like, I could just be off frame in the other picture.
You would leave
also-
us find monsters alone?
I mean, I might have been doing sneaky things.
You sound like a terrible friend.
Well, I may not have been the one who ran quite as quickly as you.
Look, I know Huckabus so well. I knew that fireball was coming. I was just getting in a position to mop up afterwards.
I am Mort. I know you better than this.
It's tactics.
Mort, tactics and you are not a thing.
All right, fine. Maybe you do know us.
Yeah. I believe the tactic that you use is self-preservation.
It usually works.
For you. Although again, you're not looking quite as strong as usual. So maybe not this time.
So Nate, now did you watch? Did you go? Is it just Nathan? I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
It's Nathan usually, but I don't really care.
Okay. Well, there's some people. My friend Andrew is.
Yeah, no,
Very
I'm actually.
Yeah.
No, I've watched one episode.
You only watched one episode before. Okay.
The answer that I gave you actually semi-accurate.
It was semi-accurate. It was close.
That was
Like,
just complete off-the-top bullshit.
Yeah, no, it was close. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it was.
Yeah.
They did go to a castle. It was a douchey
Okay.
dude there, kind of. But he was already eaten by a demon. But that's all right.
No, I mean that was one of random things to say.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
Yeah.
I can't wait to explore this character. It's the fact she thinks she's really been with us. It's funny. Anyways,
It's new information for me too.
yeah.
But yeah.
All back.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So what would y'all like to do?
Well, it appears we are at a dead end here. Huck, do you have any arcane ability with this portal?
Huckabus has no in-game ability with this portal. He does not recognize these runes. Does anyone else? And he points to the runes around the arch. Can anyone else read this? I thought I could read just about everything, but this makes no sense to me.
I assume it's not common or elvish.
No, that would be covered.
Yeah, that would have been covered.
Is it in halfling?
That would have been covered.
Is it? Yeah, okay. Because I have Elvish, Dwarvish, and Gnomish along with common.
Huck
So
points to the circlet on his horn and says, "Comprehend languages."
What do you do to the circlet?
We're just looking at it, investigating it. Maybe
What?
somebody else should run an investigation on it.
No, the circlet. You said you
Oh, he just pointed at it.
pointed at it.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, but everyone else does see the now charcoal gray, smoky ruins kind of shift around a bit
On the circlet or on the portal?
on the circlet.
Hey, Huck, touch
Yeah.
your circlet.
I'm
Touch
sorry.
that thing on your horn.
It allows me to kind
Touch
of.
it.
What?
Touch it. Put your finger on it.
He touches it.
Okay.
Now maybe say something magical.
Yeah. Say you want to be able to read those runes or something.
Hokey hokey.
He takes his finger off and says, "Well, I've never had to do that before."
And we'll try it
When
this
he
time.
takes his finger off, there's kind of like a trail of this gray smoke kind of follows his finger a few inches away from the circlet.
Does his horn hurt?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
May I? And I'd like to take his hand, touch to the circlet, and then touch it to one of the runes.
Yeah.
He's not going to allow you to do that.
Okay.
He as soon as you take his hand, he's like, "What? I don't know you. You want to touch
Trust me. Do you know me? Just trust me. Like the time in the cave.
9. You want?
Take
Okay,
your hand, touch the circlet, touch the runes.
right. Not allowing you to hold his hand while he does this. He totally touches his circlet and then touches a rune.
All right. The rune that you touch turns kind of a charcoal gray.
Oh no, that's frightening.
No, it's not. It's our way out of here. Do it again.
Do I recognize the rune when it turns charcoal gray?
No.
He looks disappointedly at Idris.
Drill.
Jesus Christ, I'll get it eventually. Here, you know what? If I write it, I'll remember it. Idril. Except that's kind of not Idril, but it'll work. He says, all right, here, you touch it. And he kind of thrusts his horn towards you.
Okay, and I touch his horn, and then I touch the thing.
Huckabus looks very pleased with himself.
Nothing happens.
All right.
No, see, you have to do it. You're the magical one.
Both of Huckabus's hands are all over the circlet, and he's touching everything.
Huckabus, just for the runes, not me.
No, he's touching all the runes. Let's be specific.
Ah,
Like a human elevator.
Unless Idril wants to be groped, in which case,
Hang on a second, guys.
yeah, let's stop.
Everything's gone tinny on me. Let me switch speakers here.
Well, you don't have to pray to a little tin god.
I pray to
thought-
the personal God.
Porcelain
it's a
gods.
terribly Don Henley song. Terrible song.
Porcelain.
I think that's better. Okay, we'll try that.
Wait a minute. Now we got echo.
have an echo.
Okay, by better I mean that's worse. So, all right, talk.
Talking.
I like to talk.
Talk.
May or may not be better. Carry on. We'll see what happens.
All right.
So Huckabus has touched his circlet and then touched the long
Everything.
runes.
You there, Ken?
Yep.
Touching stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Sorry,
Touching.
guys.
Open things and stuff.
I'm really having a hard time with my speakers here.
How surprising. It only happens once a session.
You guys sound good to each other, though, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Everything sounds fine on this end.
Of course. All right. Let's try it again for a little bit. We'll see what happens. I'll try to muster my way through.
Wow, all of these runes are so smoky colored now.
Is that what you did? You carried on there, Huck?
Yes.
Okay. Once you get them all smoky, they begin to coalesce.
Tell us about the bandits.
And they
Bad news.
they finally
Excuse me.
put forth the phrase project where you wish to go.
Hucklevis starts thinking hard about the rusty bucket
Okay.
and expectantly walks forward
Okay.
and says, I'm thinking of home, friends. I will see Charlie soon. Hoping that somebody knows what he's talking about.
All right. Kind of a gray cloud comes over
I'll see you
the.
again. Tower Spring.
Ah! Artemis!
And Huckleberry disappears into the mist.
Well, seems easy enough.
Sure, why not?
Did you translate that to us, or did it translate to something we could all read?
I shouted out that I was thinking of home, comma, the rusty bucket, comma,
Okay.
Charlie, or maybe just home and Charlie. But since you've been following us, you would know
Yeah.
where that would be.
Definitely so. So I will think of the rusty bucket as well, and
Okay.
step through.
All right. So Huck, you walk through. Idril follows. Jordy's.
I'll look around. Well, here goes nothing. And I'll think of the rusty bucket and walk through as well.
That leaves you by yourself, Rosebud.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? I'm assuming Rosebud would have asked them, you know, in our little downtime, walking around times, of where's Skyfall. Can that have happened, Ken?
Sure.
We did
Yeah,
have that-
I'm glad you had that conversation.
Oh yeah, we had that conversation.
Yeah.
So I think
The
of
druid's
Skyfall.
house. Well,
That's what happens.
who knows? It's still at the druid's house because demons and what have you.
Right.
But,
But
you don't know where it is. I mean, you know.
okay, yeah. So I guess I don't know where that is. So then, yeah, I guess I follow suit and think of the rusty bucket because they like me there so much.
All right, you get ready to walk through, and your foot slips a little bit on a piece of paper that's on the floor.
She looks down at the piece of paper.
Just a piece of paper, a really old-looking piece of paper.
She picks it up and throws it in. Well, she holds it in her hand. She doesn't have a pack right now. So she throws it, holds it in her hand and leaves.
Okay. All right. You all appear on a beach.
On a beach.
You're looking
What
at
color is the sand?
what's that?
What color is the sand?
Sand.
Sand.
You all,
Okay.
you all are looking at a huge bank of windows,
Mm-hmm.
a couple which are broken,
Mm-hmm.
but behind them you can see that they've been covered by wall material.
Yep.
And Huckleberry, it quickly comes to you that you are outside the rusty bucket
Right.
on the
Is the
seaside.
raft there? The boat? Mara's boat?
You're not right there, but you could get to it. You could actually see it off down a little ways.
And Huck would know where the entrance to the hallway is?
I mean, you could just walk around to the front if you wanted, or you could go over
No.
here and come in the back way if you want.
If we're on the beach, we're closer to the back way.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Huckleberry turns to the party and says, we should go this way. and he's going to start walking towards the back entrance.
Okay.
Does everyone follow?
Is it to the east?
The little lady follows him right in.
All right.
We go about halfway, and there's that door that enters into the underground. And
Yep.
Huck says, we should go in here for a while and have conversations.
That
And
didn't
at
work
this
out.
point, Mort's the only one that's been down here. Unless Idril was there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's down there.
Awesome.
I mean, I don't remember it going well last time, but conversations are always nice.
It's a very safe place in which to have conversations, even if they go poorly.
Well, and that's always the best way to have a conversation.
Huckleberry opens that side door and gestures you all in.
I go.
Sorry, Ken, am I hijacking? I apologize.
We've had this discussion, Carl.
We walk down the hallway. Huckervis takes the lead. He gets to the door. He gives the secret knock that Mort recognizes and probably Idril recognizes.
Absolutely.
From before says, Huckervis, come on in. He shows us to the same room. We're brought drinks. We're brought food. There's comfy couches. We can all lounge about. Huckervis takes a very comfortable couch and a drink and just kind of stares into it for a while.
Yeah,
Assuming you all follow.
yeah. I'll follow you in there. She goes and jumps onto one of the couches, and then takes the bow and holds onto it and starts thinking about it very, very, very hard.
Let me ask you a question, my little old friend. And I don't mean that you're old, but you are little. Let's face it. I continue to call you Rosebud.
Right.
Should I not? You've told me that you have grown, that you have changed a bit. Maybe there's something else you'd like me to call you.
My name is Island. So Sylvanius insisted on calling me. But, no, you can call me Rosebud. I like that name.
I feel like I should call you by your formal name for a while.
Island Timbers.
Island Timbers. That's rough. Island, I believe that I told you that before you appeared, I was trying to find your father.
Yeah, I would love to see him. I haven't seen him in a few years.
It's been very much more than a few years. I don't think you realize that. We were concerned because you once told me about this boyfriend, maybe?
Yeah?
And I was going to go hunt him down and kill him in retribution for your death. I don't know if that's appropriate anymore.
No, he's fine. I really like to see if this bow has any magical properties. Maybe you should do the same thing.
Well,
Hint, hint, hint.
well, I can ask my friend out there to bring in someone that could identify it, perhaps. Why
Or
not?
you could just be patient, my friend. You should learn that one, and just wait. If you wait like an hour's time.
You're saying we're going to relax for a while here. All
Well,
right.
you brought us in here with all this food and drink. What the hell else are we gonna do?
Talk.
You always like to talk.
And at that, he turns to Idril and says, Idril,
Yes, sir.
I don't understand.
You rarely do.
Explain yourself, please.
This is a big order. What particularly about myself do you want to explain?
Well, you say that you've known our friend Island Timbers for a long time.
It's been years.
You say that you've been with Huckervis and Mavis and Sophie and I don't know. Did you say Erinus? I don't know what you did.
No,
Ah.
I did not know that.
Ah. So how does this work? Why is it since I've never seen you?
This I do not know. I mean, we went into the room together, and suddenly you all don't know who I am, and I don't know.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sounds like a crock of crap, the Huck.
What's that?
No, there's nothing. Sounds like a crock of crap, I said.
Well, that's not very good. That's an 11. That's not going to get me anywhere.
You're not sure what's going on.
No, Huckabus is almost never sure, but he does like to bluster on. So he pulls out from his pouch. He says, well, listen, I have this. It's an iron key with a head. The head is shaped like an anvil. Do you recognize this?
Oh, I believe that was the key when we helped the Dwarf Kingdom out.
Good God, you've listened to all of these, haven't you?
I really haven't. But yes, it certainly was the time with the dwarves.
And you were there when I extracted it, yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't understand at all.
I don't understand why you don't know who I am.
I think I should apologize for that, but I'm not sure why.
Well, if this is who you are now, I accept that. I move on with our relationship, even if it is a new beginning.
Ah, there's been many new beginnings. Look, here's my friend Rosebud. Come back. New beginning with her. I'm sorry. Here's my friend Island.
Is this a thing now, Rosebud?
It's
It is for me, maybe not for you.
Well,
it is whatever you want to call me.
all right, Steve.
I shall call you Fred from now on, because why not?
Sure. Even Freddy. So, you're
Fireball in the room. I'm
you're
going to kill
really-
you all. No, I'm kidding.
you're really screwing up this whole attunement thing, Huck.
No,
It
they're
would-
relaxing. They're sitting around. It's all fine.
So as this conversation is going on, I'm just going to poke my head outside and ask someone outside to bring someone over who can identify things.
You lost Carl.
Yeah.
Henry,
Oh,
I was getting ready to say Carl's running the show. I guess if he's not here, that makes it hard.
Yeah.
He'll be back in a second, I'm sure.
I guess in the meantime, was there any issue having somebody go get someone to identify things?
No.
we could just say that while Carl was gone, we took a short rest.
There you go. Except for you didn't get any of it. You were gone. No. I'll try a short rest. D10s are cool to roll.
I mean, yeah, I'm down.
I
Everybody
believe
keep an eye on their Facebook chat. Holy crap!
What?
He used the chat. Is this the end of the world? I didn't even know he knew how to operate the chat.
Well, I just used the chat to tell you I'm not using the chat. So.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think a short rest is a terrible idea at all.
Yeah.
If everybody else is interested in that.
I mean, you can talk while doing a short rest. That's,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's lost interest if she knows Idril or not. Whatever, he's with us. He doesn't seem to want to kill us. He's not bothering her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, short rest.
The rest of the shit?
Would be also looking at the spear as I replaced my other one with it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem nifty. So lots of identification parties.
I'm gonna hold off on focusing on my weapon. So I had somebody else look at it first.
Hold off for what?
On focusing on the rapier that I took
Right. I didn't hear the second part of what you said.
until somebody comes by to identify it first.
Okay. So what exactly did you do, Huck? Oh, Huck's not back yet.
He left again. He was here. He left.
So sleepy.
You're welcome to talk among yourselves while Huck's gone. Talk about
You
Huck.
mean other than repeatedly press the wrong button?
Could we do
This
that?
is going to go to the door and ask the guy whose name is buried in time if there was someone around who could identify objects.
I'll see who's available.
You want another one?
What?
I've already asked for somebody to come by that can identify things.
Oh, I misheard you, Andy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. So as they were talking about how they knew each other, the dwarven king that.
Yeah. I heard you ask for something. I thought it was something completely different. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's I wanted somebody to come by and identify.
So the guy said tell both of you that he'll see who's available. So he'll check.
Thank you.
Of course.
And with that, Huggins is going to return to the divan or couch that he was resting upon
Uh-huh.
and continue to do so.
Rest your boat.
So that's what you're doing. You're gonna rest for a bit quietly.
Yes.
Okay. You all rest. You may, at the end of 1 hour, you may roll your choice of 1 or 2 of your appropriate hit dice.
Ah, I think that's an appropriate thing for Huckfist to do. Tiny hit dice. That's not very good.
Oh, nice.
I need you to be sure that you're keeping up with how many of these you use.
Yes, sir.
You realize that you feel as though you should feel much better, but you don't.
What does that mean exactly?
I
Should
mean,
we chop that
normally-
figure down?
Normally, you would be rolling as many of those hit dice as you wanted, but you're not recovering as quickly as you are accustomed to.
So, for those of us that were at full HP, would we notice this?
No, you would not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure somebody can look up the strength recovery at some point.
I believe it's a long rest after. I think it's specific to that monster as well.
I'll look that up.
Tom!
Okay, so you rest for an hour. Very tasty pastries. You get this after a short rest.
Oh, great.
What?
Did you hear that, Andy?
Yeah, after short rest, I recover my my strength.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
So we're in Neverwinter. Is that correct?
Yeah. This is the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm muted. I'm sorry, Island. You've never been here before. These are the undercurrents of my friend Jay's establishment. We're just in a very nice place where no one will bother us, and we can request things, and no one's listening. It's a very safe place. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Now, if you wish to leave, I can have you escorted out. Don't get me wrong, you're not a prisoner. Sorry, that was weird. Why did I say that?
Was a little weird.
Bad experiences last time he was in this room.
I would just guess it was because you're Huck.
Fair enough. You really need to change your profile picture, Ken.
You don't think she's worth remembering?
Anyway, yeah. So we're down here. Yeah, so we're in Neverwinter. Eventually, we need to go out and find out what happened to Neverwinter when the demons invaded. And also, we need to find out when they are, because we don't know if some time passed while we were planing about, if you follow.
Mm-hmm.
And
Why don't we do that rather than sitting here?
He looks at Idril and says, "Do you know anything about that?"
Which, the planning?
The planning
No, I
was
think
the
he's talking
time.
about what happened here.
No, the
I mean-
planning was the time.
I mean, I do not know specifically how much time would have passed. No.
Well, are we well relaxed, my friend? Should we venture up and see what the world is like?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Huck opens the door. The dude's there. He motions all of us to the exit.
Did you guys identify things appear yet?
Identification services? Anyone? Hello?
No one showed up.
No one showed up. The guy, when we open the door, is like doing the shoulders thing.
Who did you send for? I'm asking the guy waiting outside.
I don't know their names. I just told somebody wanted some identifying done. They're not always here. Sometimes they're out.
Yeah. Everyone has a place to be.
Right.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Well, what do you guys think about swinging by Osmond Oddities before we get too far?
What's that before we get too far?
Swinging by Osmond's Oddities? Think if maybe they can do things for us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we go up the hallway, and I guess we're going to make our way to the back door of the Rusty Bucket. When we walk in the Rusty Bucket, what do we see?
Rusty Bucket. See Charlie?
Yeah.
Charlie.
He looks well.
He does. A couple of folks, just kind of hanging out, as they often do in the Rusty Bucket.
Charlie. Charlie, I have many things to talk to you and Mara about. Is there a time that we could speak?
Sure, Huck will make time.
And he points because they probably follow right behind him. This is Idril. And that
Yeah,
is-
I know.
What?
Israel. Yeah.
Oh dear. And that's Rosebud. And points to the gnome.
Oh yeah, her I remember.
She's alive again.
Keep her off the tables.
I don't have any control of that. Did you know she was dead?
Happens.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Just keep her off the table. Dead, not dead. I don't care.
Okay, well, I think we're supped well. We enjoyed our time downstairs. Tell me, Charlie, what time is it?
About 2.
In the afternoon. Well, we probably have things we should go do. We might need a room tonight. Will that be a problem?
I can hold you some room. That's fine.
All right, all right. He turns to the party and says, "My friends, do we need refreshment or do we want to carry on?"
I mean, we just had quite a nice meal. I say we go.
Charlie, what's happening in Neverwinter? What happened with the demon invasion? What happened with the rift falling? Charlie,
What are you talking about, demons?
What?
Have you had too much to drink?
Probably too little to drink.
yeah.
Yeah.
What happened when the rift fell?
When did the rift fall?
Oh dear. Is the rift still there?
Sure. Yeah. Still sealed up, as far as they know.
Oh dear. No invasions then?
No.
He turns and looks at Idril. What do you know of that?
I mean, I know that the rift has been sealed for forever, and there have certainly been no demonic invasions through it.
Looks to Morton and says, "What?"
I remember the demons, the devils pouring out of it. I kind of want to go down and look at that temple, see if it's there, if anything's happened to it.
I think we should. Perhaps we'll go to the shop first. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
He whips his big old tankard out and plops it on and says, "Fill her up."
Right on it. How about the rest of y'all?
Oh, certainly.
No, you don't understand. This is a roadie. I'm going to take it with me, but you're welcome to do the same.
Oh, I don't need it for a road. Whatever he fills up, I'm going to down immediately.
Nice.
All right. So he fills you up. There you go.
All right. Thank you. I will see you later today, all right?
Absolutely.
Is Mara well?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. Thank you for asking.
She and I need to have another long conversation when she is ready to do so.
Another?
Aye.
He looks confused.
Huckabus just stares back, maybe stone-faced.
I'll let her know you want to talk to her.
Thank you.
There you go.
Come, friends, let's go. And Huckabus will attempt to lead them to the closest magic shop.
Oswald's?
Oh, yes, thank you. Sorry.
Okay. You get there with no issue. The door opens, the bell goes ding ding.
Again, he opens the door and gestures everybody in.
Okay. Hello, friends. Welcome back.
Hello, Oswald.
Hi.
Fine day to you.
What's that?
Fine day to you. We have some items here we found in a recent adventure. Would you mind taking a look?
I'll be more than happy to take a look.
And I will unsheath the spear and put that on the counter.
Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah. Pretty good.
Huck goes ahead and puts the dark wooded light crossbow on the table.
All right.
Mort will take the rapier out of his scabbard and, like, reaching way up over his head, kind of slide it over on top of the table.
Okay.
We are wondering if you can identify these items. Yeah.
Of course. You're gonna leave them, pick them up maybe in the morning. That'll give me enough time.
That's not ideal.
I mean, you're a magicker. You know, this sort of thing takes time.
9. I keep telling people I'm a sorcerer. I'm not a magician. I don't understand time. Can I ask you a separate question?
Of course.
There was once a time where you had this beautiful statue where when you threw it on the floor, it barked like a dog. You still have it, or you still did.
Of course. Of course, it's right over there.
What's the price these days?
For you, 25 gold.
I'm going to consider it, and I will leave this crossbow, and also, and he pulls out this dull, mundane, silver-colored dagger. This, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll talk about what we have here.
Very good, and I'll set aside the dog until you get back.
Just in case, who knows?
Exactly.
Friends, is there anything else we need to accomplish here? Does anyone want to look around, see what she has? She always has fun.
Were you curious about the potions?
Yeah, Osmond, if you can identify a few other knickknacks as well.
Okay.
One, so I'm assuming the counter is like a good foot above my head.
Yep.
I'll just like keep like reaching up, putting one out, sliding it over.
She says,
Pick one.
I'm sorry, friend. And she says, step over here. And she points over. If you go all the way to the end of the counter, it's actually a couple foot shorter.
Okay,
That might be
trundle
easier for you.
down. So I'll trundle down. I'll take the remaining potions and the scrolls,
Okay.
and I'll set them on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just at that point, then Rosebud walks over to the same part of the table and sets the bow on there.
Ooh, that's very intricate. You guys had quite a haul.
Yeah, I thought so too. I don't really want to leave it here.
I don't know what else to tell you, Rosebud.
Well, let me think if I'm correct. If I was to just stay with us for a while, I'd figure that out myself, right?
You would probably get a lot of it. Yep.
But if I want everything, I should probably leave it here with you, huh?
Some of the more esoteric things sometimes are harder to uncover. And to be clear, be honest with you, I mean, I might not even uncover everything.
No, you got a point. All right, here, I'll leave it here, and I put it on the bow on the table.
Okay. All right. I've got lots of wards and the such to protect against intruders, shall we say?
Yeah.
But, I'll get right on it.
Honestly, while you're here, I think we may be going adventuring within the city just for a little bit. Do you happen to have any like loaner weapons, just to make sure that we can come back and pay you for this identification?
Any what?
Loaner weapons, just plain mundane.
I'm afraid not.
It was worth a shot.
Sorry. But rest assured, you're in good hands.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, I've trusted you for a long time. I'm not worried myself.
I hope I've earned your trust.
Oh, absolutely, Osmond.
Excellent.
Everything's always above board here.
When you say that, Huckabus kind of sidelong looks at you.
Well, friends, shall we? Said there was a temple and some demons you were worried about.
Yeah, let's go out into
Wait.
the outer and we'll talk.
Wait, what temple?
I have no idea what you're talking about, quite honestly.
Go out into the alley where we will talk there, yeah?
All right.
Wait, is it the temple I can't go in?
Huckabus has left the building.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm sure Rosebud is following you, yelling down the street.
Mm-hmm.
9-9. It's not the temple you shouldn't go in. And it seems like there has been some sort of, I don't know, reset? But we were referring to was going down back to the rift, and the temples below there. I think that's where Mort wanted to go.
Yeah.
Well, lead on.
So I'll go ahead and I'll start walking down towards the graveyard to the the hidden passage through the gate around the rift?
Huck is following, but is keeping his eyes out for two things. One, any sign of recent, mayhem, and two, any sign of the. I think Ken, you and I once talked about this. There's kind of a caretaker or a master guide that raids tombs, although it's the middle of the day, so he's not about. But that's what he's looking for, also.
Oh wait. Are you saying that's the same guy or two different guys? I don't remember this conversation. Not saying it didn't happen.
No, that's cool. At some point, Jay told me there was a guy that Huck had worked for early on that was kind of like the chief tomb raider, so he's looking for that guy.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
And he's looking for any sign that, shit's been torn up, because there was a demon invasion last time Huck was here.
Right. Okay, you don't see anything that's been torn up. And your guy would be around much more likely to be found at night. He would be elsewhere.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. So Mort leads you deftly through the cemetery. For those of you who haven't been here yet, he leads you up to the rift is a big basically a big crevice that was created 25, 30 years ago during a devil invasion.
Okay.
And after that was done, it was sealed off with a big layer of basically just a big old slab of magical stuff on top. So Mort leads you straight up to that slab and then shows you a way to bypass it.
Okay.
Get you down into the crevice. You go down some ropes, and you're down at the bottom, and you begin walking. Mort and Huck seem to know where they're going. They go about 25, 30 minutes. Huckabus, roll me a survival check.
Sir. This is 6. I'm sorry. That's an 18 plus 2, 20.
All right. You see some signs of activity down here, but not a lot at all. Maybe a couple people per day, kind of foraging and things of that sort would be your best guess.
All right.
You go about, I said about 25 minutes, and to your left, you see a smooth metal door. Huck and Mort, you both recognize it.
Not covered by any rocks or anything?
Not covered by rocks or anything, nope.
Is there a pile of recently moved rocks?
No, there is not.
Huckabus thaumaturgies up and yells out, "Spiky demon, it is Huckabus Nova. Come speak with me."
How long would you like to wait for a response?
Until one of my party mates says, "What the hell are you doing?"
What the hell are you doing?
I'm
You have to say it.
trying to pick up where I left off, Island.
What are you talking about?
Well, so much has happened while you've been gone. And Huckabus is looking about to see if a spiky devil comes out.
You're there for a couple minutes and nothing, you received no response.
So Moore would like to go up to the door and see if it looks like it can be opened.
Yes, it can.
So I'll push it open.
It actually slides to the side, you see. But yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'll open it slowly. Does it look like the temple I was in before?
It does. The floor is covered in a thick layer of dust. You look up to your left and right, and you see 4 gargoyles on each side.
I'd like to take a crossbow bolt and shoot one of them.
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
Here, roll me to hit.
That's going to be an 8 to hit.
You miss.
Mort, what are you doing?
Look, I've been here before. Last time I was here, these things attacked me.
So you're going to just shoot them blindly without telling us?
No one else. I didn't know you guys were following me. I was just taking a look.
Good.
With my
So-
arrow.
Mort, that's idiotic. Why don't we step back, think about things?
I thought that's what we were doing as Huckabus was yelling for a demon to come out.
Yes, well, clearly you all have your own ideas.
Look, you've been with us long enough. You should know about our ideas.
I do, and I know that I often have to counteract them. Are the walls scalable to where these gargoyles are?
They're very smooth.
Okay.
I mean, you could throw up a rope around a gargoyle and climb up. Just they're not very conducive to climbing on their own.
Okay. I'd like to do that.
Okay. You do so.
I'll keep my crossbow trained on the whatever one's closest to Idril.
Okay.
Is the gargoyle attached to anything?
I mean, it's sitting on the ledge, but it's not part or.
I'd like to push it off.
Okay. Push it off, and it shatters on the ground into a pile of rocks.
It's slightly more effective than arrows.
The arrows worked last time. Are there any clockwork gears?
Nope.
So what are we looking for?
Spiky demon.
Or clockwork monsters?
Or we could
I see.
not look for either of them.
Is
Is there a reason?
Yeah, like, why are we here?
So last time we were here, we ran into the spiky demon that Huckabus was trying to summon again. And then a couple days later, a week later, I think, demons started pouring out of the rift and trying to kill everybody. So
So
we're
what if we
trying
just
to prevent that from happening.
by summoning the same demon again?
Well, that's on Huckabus.
devil, not demon. I'm
Devil.
devil.
Yes.
You knew my
Well-
father. You would know it if you were paying attention.
Huckabus, did you
I'm
still
the gift of father if you are who you say you are.
Hackabis, I know everything. Again, I have never heard anything about this whole demonic invasion that you're spouting about.
Great. Who's my father?
Obviously, a devil.
You just said you know everything about everything, so who is my father?
And I tell you. No, that's all I got.
Okay, we've never gotten a name. It's cool. Huckabus looks at you circumspectly and says, I don't know if I can trust you, little elf.
Well, I mean, for the number of times I've pulled you out of a fire, and the number of times you've put me in it, no matter.
Huckabus is going to... Wait, you're a monk. Yeah, Huckabus is going to do this. Huckabus is going to approach you and get a little closer than is comfortable. And he's going to pull off a glove and not fist, but like palm hand. Like, are you responsible for this? And It's dark. I don't know how it works, but you were probably aware of these peppermint stripes.
Please, what?
Peppermint stripes.
Oh,
He has
Right.
peppermint stripes all over his body, red and white.
Rain, Tears of the Gods, Huck.
Yeah, what do you know of this? He's not.
Only-
He's not like trumping you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's definitely intensely listening.
Well, the Tears of the God, they gave you his stripes.
Yeah, but fine.
If we knew how and why the gods worked, then I think the world would work better, maybe.
So you're a man of God.
I would not go that far. But again, I mean, the gods work in the world. We know this.
Again, he looks at you fairly circumspectly.
Well, all I know is if we wake Sophie up, she might be able to help.
He's tempted to backhand you,
Does that manifest in any way?
but you don't know that, and he didn't say that.
Okay.
Instead, he turns to Mort and says, Mort, I don't know what to do here. Back in this temple, you wish to explore it again.
My thought is to go find the 2 books that were taken last time and either hide them or destroy them.
Oh, let's end the world. Come, let's
What?
do so. No. Let's go down to the lower chamber, okay?
Well, let's get this first book.
Go on,
I'm kind of
Sam.
curious. I will. Are there any torches or anything?
Magic torch.
A moment. You're worried about this place being full of devils.
Sorry, what was that, Idril?
You're worried about this place being full of devils?
Not necessarily. I'm worried that devils will try and get into here, or
So-
have already gotten into here.
When you were here before, there were hostile creatures.
There were the clockwork creatures,
Okay, and that was all.
and
And
then
was
there
it-
was
A what?
a single devil.
Ah. But would it maybe be better to go stealthily?
I mean, that was kind of what I was going to do.
With a torch?
I can't see in the dark.
And
I can avoid making sound.
you can see in the dark now. I touch you. You can see in the dark.
Did you cast light?
No, you have dark vision.
Right. No, that would be what I was asking Idril.
Yes, you have dark vision now.
Ah.
For 8 hours.
Oh,
I feel like I wish I had known you before, earlier today. Could have been very useful.
But he did know you before earlier today.
Oh, I didn't know him.
I'm glad that you were remembering. Well, whatever. This made it easier.
multi-class.
What?
Nothing?
You know how Huckabus mutters sometimes.
Yes, I do.
So, where are we going? This is
Sarkovich is walking towards the
very
back
boring.
of the room where the altar was.
Okay, you get in the room with the altar.
Mm-hmm.
You, having been here before, in theory, you recognize that there are kind of a gear motif, but it pretty much would be impossible to notice unless you knew to look for it.
Yeah.
So is it because it's covered in dust or because it's worn?
Neither.
Okay.
It's just not. It's there, but it's designed so as to not be obvious.
Okay.
The other two don't see it unless you point it out.
Archivist takes out his rattle and starts rattling it about, trying to find a way to get down that stairwell.
You're kind of looking around for it. Give me a investigate. You can have advantage on it
Was that just him?
for now. Yeah.
The highest of those two was a 15, I think, minus 1, 14.
Okay. You don't find this what you're looking for, but you do find around to the side of the altar a compartment, kind of concealed, that contains the book that the devil had.
That's the that's not the end of. Oh, that's the fake one, isn't it?
Well, that's your conjecture, yes.
Okay. Derek walked out with 2 books. One was a book of, I think, rituals, and one was the end of the world book.
Correct.
So as a so Huck, the first time we were here, we didn't know there was a secret passage.
Mm-hmm.
So the devil came in, took a book, presumably this one, and left. We came back several days later with Derek, found a secret passage, went down, and then we found the extra room. where we
Right.
Stole the blue gems, found the 2 books.
Right. So we
So-
should try and find the secret. So we should try and find the secret passage and defeat the giant worm again. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
think
if you
that,
had that.
I think that maybe if we're going to do that, we should come back. And Huck does take that book and pocket it. I think if we're going to do that, we should maybe come back from there, in better shape.
That's probably a good idea.
Well,
Well,
more
we got
importantly,
this. We can see what the devil had last time.
But let's see if we can find the secret passage before leaving.
You go ahead.
Do you know where it was?
It was right around here.
You're all welcome to investigate.
Okay.
Huck and Mort can have advantage if you want.
Much better.
Yeah, she was not interested in a 9.
Huck has on the second one, it's an 18 minus 1.
Mort has a 17 plus 3 for a natural 20.
You don't find a secret passage, nor do you find like any hint of one.
Well. Are there any other passages out of this room besides the one we came in on?
Nope. There's just the 2 rooms in here. Just the 2 rooms you've seen.
Seems we have come to a dead end in this chase.
Huckabus, did the passageway open when something on Derek, either his armor or his weapon,
Yeah.
did something?
Yeah.
Who's Derek?
None. He was a follower of the Lady Machina, whose temple this is. And then he
Oh,
was here.
yeah. The friend of the big lady.
Yeah, you saw him. When we were here the second time, we discovered the secret passage going down, and there was a book about destroying the world. And Huckabus's mood is to find that book and destroy the world. But perhaps it's best that we don't. I have a proposition for everyone.
Go
I
on.
should destroy this place.
How?
I don't know. And he looks at Idris.
Sucks that I can't hear what you're saying, Carl.
I think we should destroy this place.
It's not your fault. It's My speaker's messing.
No, I get it. I was also whispering at that point. So it's just cool. I think we should destroy this place, and I think Idril might know how. Yeah? And he looks at Idril. Come,
It's a lovely thought, but I've never been here before.
Yeah, but surely you have an idea how to make things go boom largely.
But I don't know where you would get that. But I'm sure we could find someone in the city who could tell us.
He sighs deeply and starts walking. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was a terminus. This was a dead end. Isn't that right, Ken?
Yeah, that's what
What
he just said.
was a dead end?
Where we are is a dead end.
I mean, the temple is a dead end. You can continue
Right.
down the rift if you want.
Wait, what?
You could keep going past it in the rift if you want.
Okay. That being said, Huckabus is going to make his way to the exit of this temple.
Follow.
Okay?
When we get to the outside, Huckabus turns to the party and says, "All right. It's probably late. What's
I'm
now?"
really sorry, Carl. And my speaker is almost completely shot, apparently.
Shot.
One more time.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, what's the plan? What's the next step? I know you exited the temple.
Huckabus asked the party what the next step was.
Well, I would say that if we want to continue down further, we should do so in the morning once we have regained some of our accoutrements from Oswind.
Huckabus likes
Very
this
good idea.
I agree. I think we go back to the Rusty Bucket, turn in for the night, take another crack at it in the morning. Just it being the world in general.
So, Ken, I think we're going to return to the bucket and take some crack, if I heard that correctly.
Yep,
What was that?
doing a whole bunch of crack.
All right. Okay, so I hear you're going back to the bucket. I'm going to tell everybody to say goodbye to anybody you want to say goodbye to, and I'm going to stop the broadcast because I really can't hear squat.
Good night, Andy.
Good
Andrew.
night, Andrew.
Good night,
Good
Andrew.
night, Andrew.
Good. Everybody else.
Bye, everyone, and all the
Bye.
ships at sea.
Bye.
Really?
It's just us. And we're
Just
still
us.
live somehow.
We're still broadcasting.
Yeah, we're still broadcasting. This is good.
Oh, great.
well.
So we move
Bonus time.
through the rift, and we find a cache of 10 gabillion gold.
Oh,
10
man.
gabillion, yes.
Yes.
And
Which I can't carry because I'm weakened.
It's okay. We move
No,
on
you're not.
from
No,
the
you're not.
first.
we've established you're not weakened any longer.
I thought
It's
that was
okay.
after a long rest.
We
No,
move
no,
on
it's-
to
it's
form
short
the
rest.
first Sword Coast Bank of the Rift, and we become the financial gurus of this entire region. We're investing in the mines. We're investing in the Feyworld. We're investing in the Rift. We're making tons of money. We're going to be huge.
All right, so in addition to that, okay, first off, that's terrible. Second of all, I'll go back to Oswin, and I'll recover my +5 vocal sort of invisibility.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
As long as you're making shit up, it's +10.
I mean,
plus 30.
that's a good point. Now that I think about it, it was a +10.
Nathan, be realistic. It's +15.
Plus 15, I think, is balance. You're right. Plus 30 was too much.
That's overkill. I touch you with my sword and you die.
Oh, man, I'll go re-roll.
Mm. And you get advantage on every roll, by the way.
Of course. Let you re-roll whenever you want to. No limits.
Well, I mean, that might be for you guys. Since mine has invisibility, I always get my sneak attack damage.
Mm,
Yeah, but nobody's standing near you.
Well, but I'm invisible, so I would get advantage on the attack, so I get to use sneak attack.
I'll take a
Oh, you got a
one.
point.
No, you would get double advantage, not just advantage. You get to roll 4 of them.
Oh, hold on.
Ken's
Yeah,
like, telling us to do
he said
real
sorry for the
things.
technical crap, and I just joked him, said we're over it. And he said use the group chat to discuss next steps, so we can plot the next week.
Let's go ahead right now and actually be serious. So we're still down in the rift. Do we wish to experience more of the rift, or do we want to go back and do these other things, take a night's rest, and
Well, I mean,
go in
couldn't
the
we?
morning?
Couldn't
We're
we
still gonna
just
be there in
say-
the morning.
Unless Ken has a problem with it, couldn't we just move it to next morning?
No. Of course we can do that. Well, are we going to go back to the Rusty Bucket and take a long rest, essentially?
Right, and then get our weapons back, because I really
In the
don't
morning.
see that. Right,
Right?
that we should.
What's the next step?
After that,
Yep.
I mean, we've clearly got some sort of plot line going on with the rift. So
Do we?
maybe.
So
Maybe.
I mean, so what happened before? Did you guys destroy the world on accident?
Not sure.
Yes. Short answer, yes.
So maybe we're here to stop that.
Well, I don't know how much Ken had intended us to go back here.
Okay. I mean,
So
it
looks
seems
we-
like the only thing that I was told that's different in that I know happened, that I don't know happened, sort of thing, is that there were no demons in whatever I've experienced of the group.
Okay.
So it seems like maybe that's a direction that we could follow, and he might be prepared for.
So we're going to go back into the
Why
rift?
not? Sure, why not? I mean, I don't really want to waste all of my magic on giving Mighty Mouse dark vision all the time, but I can do that. If that's
Okay. So what's your multi-class?
I'm not. This is just straight Shadow Monk.
Shadow Monk. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I know you're disappointed, Carl.
No, I'm not disappointed at all, actually. So our plan is that we're going to go to the bucket, take a night's sleep. We're going to get our stuff and things in the morning from the shop after breakfast. And then we're going to go back into the rift. Are you sure you don't want to go kill a dragon? Because there's a dragon close by. We can have a nice conversation with a gnome about some history.
I mean, we can do all that too.
I'd like, she'd like to go and see her cat.
Right.